Hi, welcome to an exciting year of Camp Invention and Invention Project. Thank you for volunteering your time at our program. We're excited to have you on board. We would like to take a few moments to tell you about how Camp Invention and Invention Project operate and your role in the program. Camp Invention and Invention Project are week-long day camps for elementary and middle school students. As a leadership intern, your role at either of these programs is twofold. First, you are there to ensure the program atmosphere is fun and creative by engaging with participants in learning activities. And second, you are there to support instructors in the learning modules, as well as guide participants as they move from room to room throughout the day. As a leadership intern, you will be assigned to a group of participants. Make sure you write your participants' names on the back of your Guide to Go. Your Guide to Go is an informative paper you will receive prior to the start of the program. Be sure to bring this with you every day, as you'll use the list on the back to check that your group is all present. The Guide to Go also provides other useful information about your role as a leadership intern. Remember, as a leadership intern, you have the opportunity to be the most memorable part of the Camp Invention or Invention Project experience for your participants. Now that we've discussed your role, let's get more specific about the kinds of situations you'll encounter throughout the program and how best to handle them. Base Camp for Camp Invention or Hangout for Invention Project is where you both begin and end your day. Base Camp and Hangout are areas where you and the participants will gather when participants are not in classroom modules, such as in the mornings, during lunch, and at the end of the day. During morning Base Camp or Hangout, you should engage participants in the activities provided by Camp Invention or Invention Project. Keep in mind, this is the first time many parents interact with Camp Invention or Invention Project, so it's important that they see their children engaged in a fun, yet safe manner. You may also have to collect and label lunches that participants bring with them in the morning. Base Camp or Hangout can be a busy place since it's where parents, participants, teachers, and directors all meet up. It's important to remember that you're a tangible representation of Camp Invention or Invention Project, and you should always strive to make a good impression. When you're at Base Camp or Hangout, you will facilitate activities with your group in the morning and at the end of the day. Your group will be provided with activity boxes which contain instructions on the inside of the lid and materials inside. Please familiarize yourself with these instructions and guide your participants through the activities. Most of your time at Camp Invention or Invention Project will be spent in the program's learning modules, which take place in classrooms. Each project hosts 4 to 5 modules in a day. On average, there will be one instructor and about 15 participants in each classroom. It's important to prepare participants to safely complete each module. You'll need to make sure participants wash their hands before and after each activity. Also, if the activity they are doing requires personal protective equipment like gloves or goggles, make sure all of your participants are wearing the appropriate safety gear. Camp Invention and Invention Project are designed for self-led, discovery-based learning. Allow participants the opportunity to work and support them with encouragement or assistance if needed, but don't complete the activity for them. Classrooms can be a messy place with a lot going on. At the end of each module, be sure to clean and organize your area. Also, great leadership interns and leaders are proactive. They don't wait to be told what to do. If you have some time but are unsure of ways to help, always ask a teacher how you can be of assistance. As a leadership intern, you are expected to keep participants on task and guide them in their work. If you encounter a participant who is resistant to an activity or is not paying attention, try to positively encourage him or her to engage in the activity or join the group. If this isn't successful, you should notify an instructor or director right away. As a leadership intern, you never discipline a child. Camp Invention and Invention Project require materials and tools to provide a great experience for our participants. Most materials will be kept in an area designated in the Inventors supply room. Please make sure to accompany participants when they go to this room, as there may be items that require adult supervision. This room should be kept organized to ensure safety and for finding things easily. When participants are using tools, please ensure they are doing so properly and that they are using the right tool for the job. If a participant is having difficulty taking an item apart, an adult may assist by moving to a place with no one around in order to do so safely. Younger participants may need help loosening screws, but allow them to do the actual work of disassembling the item. Some materials also require adult supervision. Be sure to pay close attention to how participants are using materials to ensure they're being safe. Hallways are a high-traffic area at Camp Invention or Invention project. As a leadership intern, you'll be guiding your group of participants between learning modules, lunch, and base camp or hangout. If your participants aren't listening, don't raise your voice. Instead, raise your hand in the air and wait for your participants to realize you have something to say and stop talking. It's important to know where your participants are at all times. If you realize you don't know where one of your participants is, you should notify the director immediately to help in finding the missing participant. As a leadership intern, it's important to make sure your participants' basic needs are met. You'll be responsible for guiding participants to the restroom to make sure they don't get lost. It's also important that your participants stay hydrated. Please ensure that they have opportunities to use the water fountain throughout the day. While most of your time as a leadership intern revolves around guiding participants in the program activities, you will have some additional responsibilities to ensure participant safety. Under no circumstances should there be any horseplay in the hallways. In order to keep your participants safe, activities need to be confined to the structure of the classroom or base camp and hangout. Any playground on location is not to be used. Also, make sure to maintain no-touching boundaries throughout the program and respect everyone's personal space. In case of an emergency, you may be required to lead your group to a designated safety area. If this is the case, please be sure to remain calm and show the participants that you're confident in your ability to keep them safe. This is important because participants will mimic your behavior, especially in the case of an emergency. When participants break for lunch, you will be responsible for ensuring each member of your group gets his or her correct packed lunch, that each participant is present, and be mindful of any participants with special needs or allergies. While at Camp Invention or Invention project, please do not take or post any photos or videos to social media. If you or your participants want group photos to commemorate your experience, talk to your director about the best way to do this. As a leadership intern, the end of each day focuses on getting participants ready to go home. Like in the morning, you will be working with your participants at base camp or hangout activities while preparing your participants to leave. Check your guide to go for attendance and communicate this to your director. Participants should return name tags and Inventors logs at the end of each day, except for the last day of the program. They are then able to take these items home with them. Once all of your participants have left for the day, make sure to assist the director or instructors in cleanup and preparation for the next day. Make sure to check in with your director before you leave to get any feedback from the day and information about the next. Thank you for taking the time to review this information. We hope you've enjoyed the experience and have a great time at Camp Invention or Invention Project.